You got to come back and tell us Mitch Warbell and that kind of stuff too. Tim Leary and G. Gordon Liddy.
I had a Bible. It was a thick 300-page list of phone calls from every celebrity that Flint ever came in contact with or called. He did it all the time. Jack Nicholson was in the book. Dick Gregory was in the book. Timothy Leary was in the book. Gordon Liddy. All of their personal information. I had that Bible, and it traveled with me, and I called every one of them. Called in Timothy Leary. We hired him as a celebrity pimp, which means he went around Hollywood, got all the bankers and all the radicals that he knew to come and meet Larry Flint at a big party in his mansion. And it went on and on and on. So during that operation, let's say a shadow operation was set up. Everyone that came in, we took their keys because we said, if you're going to drink here, we'll drive you home. Well, they were kept 2 hours, and while they were kept, the keys would be copied.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Who came up with that idea?
So when they made the keys, they had 50, 60, 70 sets of keys of access to all of those homes.
Yeah.
And some of them are very famous antique dealers who had little vaults in their basement and all sorts of stuff that if they were robbed, they couldn't tell the police.
Right.
So, but we knew a lot. Anyway, they knew a lot. That went on for 5 more years. And to this day, half the people who were breached still don't know that their jewels were replaced by fake ones.
Wow.
Not only that, if they knew, they couldn't say a thing because they would lose on their insurance. Would you say anything?
So, Alan Graham, a situation like that, was Larry Flint aware of this, that his guys are going out there doing burglaries?
Totally oblivious to it.
Now,
you got to remember, he was on speedballs.
Yeah.
The doctor would come in, Dr. Lauren, interject him regularly. Like John Kennedy would come into L.A., he'd hit him in the butt with amphetamine.
Yeah, we did a whole show about that too, yeah. But Timothy Leary, what do you make of Timothy Leary? Was he a government agent?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
But he could also be called on if necessary. They had some stuff on him. It could have ruined his new private eye business. But he was scratching. He was doing lectures. He did one with Timothy Leary. They went on tour together, arguing. It's like chalk and cheese. Very boring.
You're talking about G. Gordon. You're talking about G. Gordon Liddy. They had stuff on him. Yeah. But
G. Gordon Liddy was trying to do in Timothy Leary, and he told them. They all went on and discussed the First Amendment and the Fifth Amendment and the 14th Amendment. So it was kind of like topical. There's these two old warriors, Gordon Liddy, the FBI, and Timothy Leary, the traitor, who went to live down in Algiers.
But they kicked him out of Algiers because he was meeting with the U.S. Embassy. He was meeting with the CIA.
Well, what was happening next was they were doing a deal on repatriation. If he came back, gave certain information, he would be able to go free on like a 5-year probation. He accepted that. That's when the Moroccans said, out now. We're not waiting. Kicked him out, and he came back. And he got a job as a DJ, of all people, in Orange County. Somebody gave him an old white Mercedes. And the rest of his life, he struggled, scratching, trying to make a buck, with a wife who was on blow and a grown son who was not grown, but about to be grown, and no real income. He wrote a book about marijuana, and it was totally obliterated by the press. They were not interested in drugs at that time. It was 1990. And so he lost his power. He was persona non grata. He got cancer. He would do a line of blow every morning and every night, and he would invite everybody to his mansion, anybody, to talk about death, dying, and him.
Right.
Talk about ego, huh?
What about that break, though, when he was at that hospital and he did that prison break? Was that like an inside job, or I heard he was just walked out of there?
He was on the road. What happened was, he was on the road with he was traveling somewhere to get to No. He was at an open-air prison. It wasn't a locked prison, right?
No. Yeah, it was something. He was at a jail first, but then they moved him over to a psychiatric hospital to take some tests.
Right.
And according to him, he climbed on the telephone wires to get out of there. Okay, now come on, man. You know that's ridiculous.
He walked out of the gate like a lot of mental health people could walk out of the gate. There was a counseling center there where you could go in and counsel.
Right.
It wasn't just a prison; it was a psychiatric hospital. He walked out on a phone call from the weatherman.
Right.
It picked him up in the station wagon and drove him across the Mexican border and down. I think he got a flight to Morocco. I'm not sure exactly what happened after that. Next thing you know, he's up hiding in
Algiers,
the top room of the embassy, talking out the window only to people.
Now, were you friends with Leary during that period of time, during the time that I escaped?
Well, I was his meal ticket because we published the magazine, and he was the editor, and he always come whining to me, Larry's asking too much of us. And I was saying, well, you better get on with it. So he was always saying, Alan, you're the closest to Larry. Can you stop him? We can't do all this work. Whiny little girl.
Yeah.
So he was relying on me for his bread and butter. If that check had stopped, he'd have been nowhere.
Well, we've been talking to Alan Graham. It's gone by so fast, my friend. Another great show. Go to Coronado-Clarion, CLARION.com, /Silo, SILO. That's where you can get the books, and you can see his appearances. His YouTube channel is up there. I remember Jim Morrison, too, before the Beatles were famous. Poet Rain by Alan Graham. You can check them out in person. They're doing a Jim Morrison museum in Cancun, Mexico. So if you keep popping into this Coronado-Clarion website.com, you can see all the upcoming events. And I hope I'm going to have you come back and we can get into Mitch Rebel and a little bit more stuff. How's that, my friend?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, man. Hey, Alan, man, thank you so much. I really enjoyed this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
God bless you, my friend.
Let me see some rough cuts, will you? Can I see some rough cuts?
Yes. Coming up. And I'll send it to you by tomorrow.
All right, my friend. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good night.